welcome to episode 6 of Stitched Up Weekly. I hope you're all well this morning. The storm has passed. Yes, we had another storm over the weekend, Storm Dennis this time. I don't know why we suddenly started naming our UK storms, giving them names, but anyhow. Yeah, it's passed. It wasn't as bad as last weekend. I mean, for us in Yorkshire, particularly where I am, it was just every so often we'd get a big squally shower and a big gust of wind, and then it would settle down again for a couple of hours. But yeah, we're lucky where we are. There's a few flooded fields. Obviously we've had a lot of rain over the winter, as I know a lot of areas have, and lots of the fields are flooded. Anyway, I've woke up this morning, it's beautiful, sunny skies again, and I'm heading off to work. And yeah, it was lovely to wake up in my finally finished bedroom this morning. Thank you for all your love on that. I've been reading a few comments this morning with my cup of tea and my Weetabix. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to cut out the Simplicity shirt dress that I'm making. I didn't get a chance to do that last night, to be honest. I was just shattered because, as I say, it's been non-stop all weekend. So yeah, that didn't happen, but hopefully I might get around to doing that tonight when I get in. I didn't actually show you the haul from Walton's, did I? Yeah, I realised that, but yeah, you know, last week's vlog was so long already that I decided that I wouldn't show that. So anyway, you're gonna have to wait till later. I might go through that with you tonight. Right, I am going to sign off for now, and I hope you're all having a great day, and yeah, start of another week. And it's half term actually in the UK at the minute, and I can notice a massive difference in the roads. The roads are so much quieter. It's lovely actually. Wish it was like this all the time. I wouldn't have to set off for work 20 minutes earlier. But anyway, yeah, oh, thank you for the love on my hair as well. Yeah, it's, to be honest with you, on Friday I loved it, and then Saturday and part of yesterday I didn't at all. I was looking at myself in the mirror thinking, oh, it's really dark, it's really dark. And I think that's probably because it was so light. It's obviously, anything would look dark compared to what it was, but I do really like it now. She did say to me that it would fade off, and the reason she's done it this bit darker is because it will fade off, because my hair is naturally blonde anyway, not as blonde obviously as what it was, but yeah, so it's, and I can see, you know, in the natural light that it's still got a lot of blonde in it. So I think the reason why I was sort of looking at it yesterday thinking, oh God, it's so dark, is because I know that on top I'm so grey at my hairline that I worry that in like 2 weeks it's going to really show. And you know, it was expensive to get my hair done, and I don't want to be having to pay that kind of money out every few weeks on my hair. So anyway, I do really love it now. I mean, you know, yeah, it's really lovely. And yeah, thank you everybody for saying it makes me look younger. I really appreciate that. That's lovely. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I will see you later. Hi, well, it's now Monday evening and I'm home from work and had my tea, so I thought I would check in with you and show you the fabrics that I got from Walton's on Saturday. I thought you might be interested to see. Yeah, I didn't actually find the blue fabric that I was looking for. I think they'd sold out, which was unfortunate, but that's how it goes, isn't it? You should get these things when you see them. But I did get some red fabric. If you remember last month, I think I said that I wanted some red coating fabric to make the Vogue dress coat, the Vogue coat, which I will put up here. This beautiful vintage Vogue design that is part of their winter collection, I think, the latest collection, I'm not sure. Looking at my hair, it's looking a bit frizzy at the minute, but anyway, sorry, sidetrack there. And yeah, they did have some gorgeous red coating fabric in when I was there on Saturday, so I snapped it up. So it was lovely to see the girls there again. They were telling me that loads of people from my channel, loads of my subscribers have been in, so that's really great. It's great that you get the opportunity to go, and yeah, I'm really grateful that that you like it. So yeah, they are tinkering with the idea of doing like a postal service for fabrics. So they were asking me about Hermes, and I know a lot of people have an issue with Hermes, but I don't. My Hermes driver is amazing. And Hermes courier, sorry, my Hermes courier is amazing. And yeah, so, but I know that some people have a bit of an issue with them. But anyway, yeah, they are looking into it, so watch this space. They may be able to do a postal service for some of their fabrics later on, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah, I thought I'd show you what I bought. So I'm up in my bedroom, the lighting's quite good in here actually on an evening now, so this might be one of my new vlogging spots, who knows, when it's dark on a night and I can vlog in the evenings for you. But anyway, so I'm just going to whip across to the bed to show you what I bought. So as always, they quite often have a reduced section where fabrics that they just want to sell, I guess, are in are sold at a reduced price, and I always have a little look in there to see what they've got. And they have this really nice viscose fabric, it's beautiful. Yeah, so I bought this. I got, I think, what did I get, 2.5 meters? Well, no, I asked for 2 meters, and that's on the floor there, and I'm 1.80 meters, so you know there's about 1.5 meters. There's about an extra ½ meter here, but anyway, it's this beautiful viscose, black and white viscose floral fabric. I'll come back so you can see the print in scale. This was £3 a metre, and yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? It's really lovely and soft. I really love this sketched floral print. I think it's gorgeous. So yeah, so that was one that I bought. Now I got myself a little bit of Lycra as well. When I bought Jay's Lycra last time I went in, one of the fabrics that she bought, one of the Lycras that she bought, actually I really wished that I'd got. So when I went back, I was determined to get some this time. So this is it here. It's like I think it's like a planet space type fabric, but it's gorgeous. I mean, it's really good stretch, look, very good quality Lycra. And yeah, this is going to be another pair of running tights, I think, and just love that. There's another pair of green style tights that I've got. I think it's the Strides. I'm pretty sure it's the Strides, and I've got the pattern, but I'd like to have a go at those, and I think I might use some black and this to make those. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll have a look. But yeah, I got a metre of this. This was £8 a metre, and yeah, it's fabulous Lycra. So really, really love that. So next up, I saw this, which is, now this feels like a heavy crepe. I'm just looking to see if it's got any stretch in it. It has got stretch one way, but this is it here. So again, it's a floral fabric. I've got 3 meters of this, and yeah, it's black with this gorgeous grey and white floral design on it. Again, I'll stand back so you can see the scale of it. Yeah, I've got 3 meters of this. It's destined to be a dress of some sort, but as to which particular sort, I don't know, but you can see the drape on that. It's really lovely and flowy. I love flowy fabrics. So next I got a couple of sateens that they'd got in. So these are cotton sateens, which are obviously a little bit thicker than, well, they're like a cotton. They're as thick as a normal sort of dressmaking weight cotton, but they have a slight sheen to them and a width-way stretch. So they're really comfortable, great for trousers. And they've got this black and white one, which I love. I love this print. I think it's beautiful. I'll bring that in closer so you can have a look. Now again, I've got 3 meters of this. Stray thread on there, isn't there? But yeah, 3 meters of this. If I stand back again, you should be able to see the scale of the print. It's lovely. This isn't a really heavyweight sateen. It's quite lightweight, but it's not see-through. So I think I'm going to make a shirt dress from this, definitely for the summer. Probably the Matilda by Megan Nielsen. I've just bought that pattern and I'm waiting for it to come. So yeah, it's I think it might be that. This was, let me think, £4.50 a metre. So that's beautiful. So the second cotton sateen print I got is one that Jane Walton, who is Mr. Walton's daughter, surprisingly enough, she was telling me that she'd been offered this fabric a while ago, but at a more expensive price that she got it for when she's got it in now, and she turned it down because she didn't want to pay that much for it. So she's waited and sort of bided her time, and yeah, she got it at a reasonable price this time. So she got a couple of bolts of this in. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Now I need to make sure I show you it. I'll show you this the right way up, because it is no, I've got it the wrong way. It does have a nap to it. Well, no, it doesn't have a nap. It has a one-way design. Directional, that's the word, directional print. So, but this is it here. It reminds me of a Lady McElroy fabric. It's got these like buildings on. I think there is a, yeah, it's Paris, isn't it? It's the Eiffel Tower there. Gosh, do you know I'm rubbish, aren't I? Can you see the Eiffel Tower on there? Hopefully you can. I'll bring it in close so you can have a really good look. Definitely Paris, isn't it? Is it Paris? Because that there, to me, looks like, oh gosh, does it look like the Colosseum as well? It might be just city fabric. Anyway, there is a Lady McElroy fabric that's very similar to this, I think. This is in, it's a sort of ivory base with black and blue print, and it's gorgeous. This was £5 a metre. Again, I got 3 meters of it. I mean, you can see the drape on that. You probably can't see the sheen, but it does have, if I pull it, you can see it's got a width-way stretch. So yeah, I got 3 meters of this, and again, this is going to be a dress for summer. I think it'll be beautiful. God, I love their fabrics. Their fabrics are just so amazing. And this one is, it's a much more stretchier fabric. I'm not sure what it is. Let me just have a little feel. It's got, this has got a 4-way stretch, and it's a leaf print. How gorgeous is that? Again, this was £5 a metre. Beautiful, beautiful fabric. It's quite fairly, when I say heavyweight, it's definitely medium weight fabric. It doesn't have a crepe texture to it, but it is stretchy. If I show you, it's got a little bit of a width-way stretch, and then lengthways it's got more of a stretch, so it's a bit unusual, I guess, but it's nice. It's lovely and soft, and yeah, you can see the print there. It's beautiful, really lovely. If I stand back again, you might see the scale of that print, but yeah, this was, again, it was £5 a metre, and it's gorgeous. So I got 3 meters of that one. Not sure what that's going to be yet, but probably a dress of some sort. And then I mentioned the blue fabric. They didn't have, as I mentioned at the beginning, they didn't have the actual blue fabric that I wanted, but they did have some blue coating fabric, so I'll show you that. Now I got 2.5 meters of this, and it's gorgeous. It's a lovely colour, very heavy wool content. So this is it here. It's a lovely powdery blue. Hopefully you can see. There you go. That's showing up now, isn't it? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's got like a, I don't know if that was the right side or the wrong side. That's the other side anyway. It's got a bit of a herringbone effect on it, I think, but it's very subtle. Beautiful colour. I got 2.5 meters of this, and the plan is it's going to be a coatigan. Another coatigan, because I live in my coatigan, my pink one, and I want to make all the coatigans so that I've got them in every colour of the rainbow and every print ever. So I've got lots of choice. That's probably a bit extreme, isn't it? But anyway, it's beautiful. Love this. So yeah, it's very in colour. It's similar to the sort of teddy coating fabric that they had in last time, but they've sold out of that. So I picked up this one instead. In the sort of sale bin as well, if you like, they had this fabric, which is just a plain lightweight cotton, and I want to make a shirt from it. Again, it was £3 a metre, so it's not very exciting. It's just, but it's a lovely lightweight cotton fabric, a bit like a cotton lawn, I would say. And I just think this will be perfect for a shirt. So I'm thinking one of the grain line ones. I think, is it the Granville or the Alder? I think it's the Alder, isn't it? The Alder shirt. Archer, that's it. The Granville. Granville's a sewaholic pattern, isn't it? Gosh, that's going back a few years now. Yeah, it's the grain line Archer shirt. I've made that before, and I found it came up really big, but I've only made it once, and I made it years ago, and I'd like to make it again because I do like that shirt pattern. I just think this with jeans will look fab. So yeah, so I got 2 meters. Again, I asked for 2 meters of this, and there is, if I fold it in half, that is now on the floor, and that's where it comes to, and I asked for 2 meters, and I'm, you know, 5'10", so there's at least 3 and a bit there, I think. But yeah, that was £3 a metre, so love that. And then finally, the one that you've actually been waiting for is the red fabric. So if you look at this pattern, this Vogue pattern, I think I mentioned before that the fabric that they had before was like a Melton, which was beautiful because I bought it in grey. Yeah, it didn't have the right kind of fall, the right kind of drape for this particular coat, so I didn't decide to buy that. But when I went today, Saturday, they had this beautiful Hobbs fabric, and it's £8.50, £8 a metre, something like that. And yeah, when I saw it, I thought this is the fabric. It looks very vintagey. It's going to do that pattern justice. So this again is a Hobbs fabric. Hobbs, if you don't know, in the UK are a sort of quite upmarket clothing brand. So, you know, they're expensive. They're certainly not cheap. So yeah, this is it here. It's stunningly beautiful. It's a twill, got a twill weave to it, but it's got yeah, it's like a reddy black, if you can see that, and it's coming up fairly bright on screen. It's a little bit more burgundy, I would say, in real life. If I just come back now and show you it here, so hopefully you can see the drape on that. It's got a really lovely drape. The back of it is black, but I think this is going to be amazing for that coat because of the drape. I think it will do the skirt of that coat absolute justice and just looks so lovely, and I quite like it against my skin actually. I think that's probably gonna be quite flattering. So I have got 5.5 meters of this. Now the coat itself suggests it takes 3.5 meters. However, there is a tiny little fault in this somewhere in one of the meters, so Jane just said, look, you can have that full meter and I'll give you extra. So she's charged me for 4 meters but give me just over 5, which is just amazing, isn't it? So, and that's the kind of service they give you there at Waltons. I'm not sponsored by them, honestly. I just love them and I sing the praises so much because I could move into that shop. Anyway, yes, so this is it here, and it's beautiful, and I am going to have a go at that coat. Even if I do it over the summer, I am going to be making that coat. So, you know, this fabric was cheap enough really to make a wearable toile out of that, but I love this fabric so much. I don't want to ruin it by using it for a toile. So I think I might see if I've got some really cheap fabric in my stash, just so I can do the upper body part, because obviously the skirt bit flares out, so I think that'll be fine and I don't need to toile that. But I think just the top part, it's raining again, surprise surprise. I don't tend to have a great deal of success with a lot of Vogue patterns. I don't know why, but all the other big 4 patterns tend to fit me straight out of the packet with just the usual little tweaks that I need to do. But Vogue, for some reason, I tend to have more issues with. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong there, because I'm not a strange shape or anything, but maybe it's just me and the patterns I've chosen. But yeah, so it makes me think I really want to toile this first because it's a Vogue pattern. So I think I'll probably just, yeah, use some cheap fabric just to toile that. Right, my back. Well, hello, it is now Wednesday evening and I've just got back from the hairdressers about 3/4 of an hour ago and thought I would show you my new hair extensions. I am absolutely over the moon with these. I think they look amazing. Yeah, oh, do you know, they've done such a good job. I mean, I've had 14-inch extensions put in. Hopefully you can see the back of that if I just do. I don't know if you're going to see this very well, but yeah, they're quite long, but they've blended in so well with my own hair. You can't see the join at all, and these are tapes. They're not the sort of individual bonded ones that are bonded onto your individual hair strands. They're like tapes that are taped in, so when you run your hands over my hair you can't feel them at all. It's just amazing. I had a very bad experience with hair extensions about, let me think now, must have been about 16 years ago when my son was a baby, and they were awful. I went to a very reputable place and paid a lot of money for them, but they were like rat's tails. They looked really fake and they ended up just falling out as well. I could literally just put my hands through my hair like this and they would just come out in my hands within days of having them done. So yeah, that was just a bit of a disaster, but oh, got a little bit of hair just out of place there. But anyway, yeah, these are just incredible, and obviously things have moved on a lot in the last 16-17 years, but I really like it. I feel really glamorous. I feel very feminine, and I just think they're really flattering, and yeah, I really like them. So what she said to me is these will last about 10 weeks, but which obviously doesn't sound a lot for the money that you pay for these. But the good thing about these ones is that you can reuse them up to 3 times. So obviously that's like 30 weeks in total. So that makes it more financially viable, if that makes sense. But I really love them. Really, really love them. Yeah, so very, very pleased. So I thought you might like to see. Yeah, I'm up in my bedroom at the minute. You can see that the wardrobe doors are open. Martin has been just touching up a little bit of the paintwork today. We took the doors off to have the carpet fitted at the weekend, but this paint, although it is self-priming paint that we got from B&Q, it does say that it takes a full 10 weeks to completely harden. So we knew that there would be some little knocks and things when they fit the carpet, and there was a couple of little bits that needed touching up. So he's done that today, so obviously that's why the doors are open. And I've had some happy mail as well, so I thought I'd show you that. Pluto's up here. He's just, you see him just there, look, laid on the throw on our bed. This seems to be now his favourite place. He loves it on there. I think it's because it's so fluffy. Anyway, yes, I've had some happy mail, and I know I've mentioned previously about shirt dresses, and I saw this one by Megan Nielsen and really like the idea of it, so I've picked it up. I bought it from Sister Mintaka. So it's the Matilda Dress, this one here, and I really like the style of this. I love A-line skirts, and they really suit me with me being a pear shape. I find them much more flattering on my figure and much more easy to wear than sort of the big circle skirts and things. So yeah, hopefully you can, if I just turn it around, you might be able to see the line drawings there, but I really like the sort of utility style of this, along with the A-line skirt on that, so I really fancied trying that. Now this is designed obviously for woven fabrics, and it mentions things like light to medium weight dress and shirting fabrics such as cotton, linen, chambray, rayon, silk, etc. So yeah, so I am going to have a go at that, and haven't chosen any fabric yet, but yeah, I'd like to make that at some point. And I think I mentioned it in my Stitched Up weekly vlog last week about the fabric that I'd seen somebody on Instagram do a shirt out of. It's a Ruby Star Society fabric, and I had to buy it. So this is it here. How gorgeous is that? I will, yeah, I'll put it down and show you it a little bit more close up. But so there you go. This is a cotton fabric, and I just love this. I absolutely love it. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to make a shirt out of this. Haven't decided what pattern yet, but it will be probably 3/4 length sleeves. Hopefully I've got enough. I think I've got 1.5 meters of this. So yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Really like that. So I think that'll make a really nice shirt. I am sort of hoping that I can, oh, you might be able to see my hair a bit better now. Oh, she says in my mirror behind me. There you go. So that's a bit sort of a better picture of it from behind. I love how she shaped it, and yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, anyway, sorry, enough of my hair. I haven't decided on a pattern for the shirt yet, but yeah, I think I'll have enough there to make a nice shirt with 3/4 length sleeves. So yeah, so we'll see. I'd really like something like a, you know, the French cuffs that, I don't know if you know what French cuffs are, but they're like the big cuffs that you can have on shirts. The By Hand London Victoria Blazer has them on there, and I really fancy making a shirt 3/4, well, not 3/4, but sort of elbow length with a big cuff on. I think that would look quite nice, and wear it with my black trousers. I think I could get away with that for work. It'd certainly be a talking point, wouldn't it? So anyway, I hope you're all having a good week. Tomorrow is Thursday. I still haven't got the shirt dress cut out. I think I might start looking at the pattern for that tonight. And yeah, I'm at work tomorrow, work Friday, and I'm working Saturday morning as well, just till 12, but then I've got the entire weekend free for sewing, so that's going to be exciting. Good morning, and it's Saturday today, and I'm working, which isn't good, is it? You know, you do these things, don't you? You sort of agree to do these things weeks in advance, and when the day actually arrives and you're in bed and you don't want to get up and you think, oh, it's my day off, I don't want to go to work. Anyway, I am only working till 12. It's about 20 to 8 in the morning. And I've just arrived at my destination, which is in Rotherham. So this is what we call in the UK an extended access shift. So historically, for those of you that aren't in the UK, our GP services only used to work Monday to Friday, but for about the last 3 years, I think that the government wanted to increase provision for the public, which is the right thing to do, to take the pressure off hospital services. And yeah, so GP practices now have to provide surgeries outside of the traditional office hours. So now unfortunately there aren't enough GPs or people like myself, AMPs, around to provide extended services. So it means most of us that work Monday to Friday occasionally have to do Saturdays as well, and Sundays. And so that's the kind of thing I'm doing today. Yeah, so it's just 8 till 12 that I'm doing. I didn't want to agree to any more. I think I work enough during the week without having to then work all my weekends as well and not have any time off. So yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. I've not actually filmed anything the last few days. I've not picked up my camera at all. And there's been probably a few reasons for that. Well, Thursday night was a really good evening, actually. I met up with the lovely Judy Watson. Hi Judy, if you're watching. Judy is running so and so on Instagram. I'll put her handle just across the bottom screen here, but she actually lives only about 20 minutes away from me, and she's a runner as well, and she sews, and she's been sewing a long time, a lot longer than I have. And she reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, say, why don't we meet up and go for a run? And I was like, yeah, why not? So we did, and we met up after I'd finished work on Thursday evening and went for a lovely run together with her 2 dogs, which one was called Maggie and I think the other's Poppy, I'm not quite sure. Sorry Judy, correct me if I'm wrong. But beautiful, beautiful dogs, beautiful spaniels, so well behaved, so much better behaved than my Marley. There is no way I could take him running at the minute with his behaviour. It's really not very good. Anyway, yeah, we had a lovely evening. She brought me a lovely present from her sewing room, which obviously I can't show you right now because I'm not at home. I've got my coffee, my Feeling Foxy mug to keep me going. I start at 8 o'clock. As I say, it's nearly 7:45 now. My hair is settling down nicely. Really loving how it looks now. So yeah, I had a dream last night that they all fell out on my pillow, and I was like, what am I going to do? I can't go to work with half a head of hair. But fortunately that was just a dream. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, so me and Judy had a lovely run on Thursday evening together, and we've made a few plans for later in the year, so that's cool. And yeah, when I get home later, I'm going to go for a run this afternoon. The weight's coming off now, which is good. I'm not going to go into obviously what I'm losing and what I want to be and all that kind of stuff, because I know there's lots of people out there that weight can be a very touchy subject with, so we'll just leave it there, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm pleased with how things are going. My head's in the right space now, so that's good. And yeah, when I get home later, I'm going to go for a run and then hopefully get around to some sewing, because the last few evenings I've been procrastinating so much about getting this shirt dress cut out, and I haven't done it yet, and I really need to get on with that. So that's going to be the plan for later today. And then tomorrow we're off as well. We're going to look at ordering our kitchen tomorrow. We've sort of narrowed it down to a couple of designs that we like. And so yeah, Martin's off tomorrow. He's at work today, but he's off tomorrow, and we're going to go and hopefully get that sorted. Yeah, so that's it. So anyway, yeah, I thought I'd just bob in and say a quick hello, because I'm conscious that I've not picked up the camera at all for a few days, and I better go and see where I'm supposed to be and what I'm doing. So yeah, I'll catch up with you later. Bye. Well, that was frustrating. I'm home and it's only 8:30, so yeah, really a bit annoyed about that actually, because I've just gone, as I've just explained, gone for this extended access shift, done a 60-mile round trip and had to get up at some ungodly hour on a Saturday morning on the day off to find that they hadn't booked me after all. So I don't know what's gone off there, because I did get a text message yesterday saying, just reminding me about the booking, etc. And then I turn up and I wasn't booked anywhere on any of their sites. So anyway, it's fine, because it means that obviously I've been able to come home, and it means I've got more time to do what I want to do today. So that's okay, but I'll sort it out with them on Monday. It's just one of those issues. The NHS, isn't it great? Anyway, yeah, I am home now, so I am going to go for a run. The weather's not too great today, but yeah, it's a bit windy and it's been raining all night, but I'm gonna head out because I'm hardcore like that and go for a run. And then when I get back, this is what I'm gonna be making. So this is Simplicity 8546, and I'm making the main version there, which is that long blue over shirt thing. And if I can get the fabric, I will show you what fabric I'm using. This is gonna be my blogger make for Samantha Claridge Studio, which used to be So something or other. I can't remember what they used to be called, but that's what she's called now. So anyway, yes, here is the fabric. I'll just go into my conservatory and you'll see it probably a little bit better. But this, yeah, there you go. Oh no, that's a bit washed out, isn't it? Oh, there, that's probably better. Yeah, so it's like a hammered bluey greeny satin, really lovely. And I thought that would be nice for spring over white jeans and white vest if we ever get a spring. So that's my plan when I get back. But yeah, I want to go for a run first and get that out of the way. It's now just gone 8:30 and I feel like I've done a day's work already, but hey ho. So yeah, let's get my run done and then we can crack on with some sewing. I've got ready for my run and I'm wearing the green style tempo tights that I actually made after I made my first pair. And I think I mentioned a while ago that I ended up, I think I'd made a bit of an error, and I ended up where I had to sort of cut down the seam allowance an awful lot, and I did reverse overlocking on these ones and they didn't fit me, they were too small, but I decided to keep them anyway, and because I knew that at some point I'd probably get into them, and I've got into them today, so I'm really chuffed. And although I could get into them before, they were far too tight. There was no way I could have run in them, but today I've got them on and I'm gonna go for a run in them. So I thought I'd show you them anyway. And yeah, you can see just how much I didn't finish them off because they've still got an overlock tail at the bottom hem. I haven't hemmed them, but I'm just going to cut that off and wear them anyway because they're not going to fray. But I'll put the camera down so I'll show you the tights, what they look like. Right. So excuse the mess in the background, but these are them here. So yeah, if you remember, I got this gorgeous sort of pink and black lycra from Walton's, and they've got the pockets in the side, both sides, and with these I did a sort of faux cover stitched hem, Marley in the background, and yeah, so all I did was I overlocked them together on the wrong side and it's worked really well. But as I say, these, I mean, the fit is great now. They're really, really solid, and do you want to come with me? And yeah, they fit where they touch, that's for sure, but the compression on these, do you want to go out? There you go. The compression on these is going to be great for running in, so I'm going to try these out now. But yeah, I'm really pleased. So I'm back from my run and I've just had a shower, washed my hair so it's all wet and just drying at the minute. Put some makeup on and I've just got dressed. So I'm not wearing anything me made at the minute, actually. I'm wearing a thrifted jumper with these lovely buttons on the side. This is a Bowden jumper that I got from a charity shop at the beginning of the week. It was only £4.50, so for a Bowden jumper that's pretty cool, isn't it? And it's in really good condition. So yes, I'm just wearing that with some jeans and my slippers, and yeah. So I wanted to show you the lovely gift that Judy got me, that Judy gave to me the other night when we met up to go for our run. So this is it here. It's a gorgeous wooden button cup holder. So yeah, that's gonna go really well in my sewing room. So thank you, Judy, that's really lovely. I've never seen these before. They're beautiful though, aren't they? I wonder who makes them. They're really lovely. Anyway, let's get on with getting this pattern cut out. So I've had a look at the sizing, and I always find the big 4 sizing to be a little bit difficult, but I'm gonna go for the size 12 because I'm always narrow around my shoulders. Go for the size 12 and then grade out to a 14 hip and hope that works. But I'm not planning on wearing it as an actual dress, more of a sort of cover up. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that cut out, and we'll see how we get on. Right, so the pattern's cut out and I've made all the adjustments. So the pieces you need for this pattern, if you're thinking of making it yourself, number 1, which is that great big long one there. So that's the front, and you need obviously 2 of those. You will see that I have adjusted the dart. I've dropped it down by 3/4 of an inch because usually the darts in these patterns are far too high for me now when I'm in my 40s. Back, which is there, one of those cut on the fold. The sleeve piece is here. Now you can see that I've adjusted this as well. I've included an extra inch because of my long gibbon arms. So yeah, so I've made the adjustment to that pattern piece. I've also got the neckband piece, which is there, the collar, which is there, the cuff piece there, and this piece says it's called the continuous lap. So this, I assume, is going to be the sort of binding edge to the sleeve bit there. We've also got the yoke, which is there. Now it tells you to only cut 1 yoke, but I'm going to cut 2 and sandwich it doing the burrito method. And then the pocket piece there, which obviously is optional. You can either add pockets or not. I always cut them out, and then in construction I decide whether I'm going to add them or not. So I might include it, I might not yet, but we'll see. So yeah, that's taken me probably about 3/4 of an hour to get all those traced off and cut out. I have graded the back and the front from a size 12 at the top, graded out to a 14 at the hips. This pattern does say it has 5.5 inches of ease added into the pattern, which is why I have cut out the size 12, because the size 12 bust on here, it says, is 34 inch. I'm not a 34 inch bust. But the finished measurements is 39.5, which is going to be plenty big enough for me, so that's fine. Right, I'm going to have a quick slurp of my coffee, and then I'm going to get the fabric cut out. Right then, I'm up in my sewing room. It's a tip as usual. Just looking at what that was there. Got my pattern pieces all cut out and interfaced as well. It's taken a good couple of hours to do all that. I have starched the fabric with some spray starch because I always find it's just much easier to handle once it's been starched, especially when it's this kind of like satiny drapey fabric. So yeah, so I am now going to start sewing, and I'm going to watch a bit of the fold line, I think, while I do my sewings. Hopefully, we're now at nearly 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. I'm hoping that I'll get the majority of this sewn up today. So I've got some fabulous buttons for it. I'll show you those a little bit later.
Happy Sunday, good morning.
Happy Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday, and we are on our way to have an appointment to look at replacing our kitchen. We did have somebody come out just over a week ago to do all the measuring and everything, and we're going to follow that up now with having a look at the plans to see what they've come up with. We still haven't decided on an actual kitchen as yet, but hopefully we'll do that today, so that's really exciting. The Simplicity shirt dress I have almost finished. It was, obviously it took a fair bit of time to do it because with the fabric being so liquidy, and even though it was spray starched, it still was really difficult to handle, so I've had to really take my time on it, plus all the French seaming, etc. So all that needs to be done now is the buttonhole bands need buttonholes and buttons applying, and then hemming, and then it's done. But I'm pleased with it. It's a little bit tighter than I'd like. I didn't want it overly sort of oversized anyway. I wanted it sort of fitted, but yeah, it's just a little bit tight around the tops of the sleeves, but hopefully as I lose a bit more weight it should be okay. So it's wearable, definitely.
Future proof. It's future proof.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to get that finished off later, and yeah, I'm really pleased with it though. So right, it's a bit of a grotty morning. It's been raining all night, but it stopped at the minute, and the wind has died down, thankfully. And yeah, let's see which kitchen we end up with. Right, so we're back from the kitchen place, and we've bought a kitchen, and oh wow, I'm so excited. Yeah, we looked at the design that she'd done for us and it was amazing. It's just going to be so different. So we can't fit an island in, unfortunately. I did want an island, but the kitchen is just, it's long enough, but it's just not quite wide enough. We need an extra sort of foot really. So that's not going to happen, unfortunately, but we are having a breakfast bar. So yeah, so it's all ordered. It's probably going to be here in the next sort of 2 to 4 weeks. We're fitting it ourselves. Otherwise it was an extra £3 for fitting, which is a lot of money. So we're going to fit it ourselves anyway. It's part of the fun, isn't it? So that's exciting. So we've had a really busy day. We went back to IKEA. Yeah, Marley in the background. Yeah, we went to IKEA and we got the legs for the chair. I'll show you that in a minute. So that's now done. We also got a few more bits for my sewing room, just a few bits to organise it a bit better. So I'll show you that in a second as well. But I thought you might like to have a look at the Simplicity shirt dress that I've been making. So I'll show you that. Right, so here it is so far. Obviously it's got a lovely collar on, which is all understitched, and I'm really pleased with how that's looking. I love these buttons. I just think they're so pretty. My stitching's not great there, but you can see they look really pretty. Really like those. So I've got obviously more of these buttons that are going to go all the way down the front. I've still got to do the buttonholes and the buttons. But yeah, otherwise the main part of the shirt is done. It's got a lovely yoke at the back with a little pleat in it just there. So yeah, it's a bit long actually, so I'm going to take it up. But as I mentioned, oh, and it's got a couple of darts in there, obviously, as you saw yesterday. So it's not far off done. But yeah, I'm going to take it up. It's a bit too long. And this is designed to just sort of sit like that. I didn't want it to be really loose fitting because I'm not going to wear it as a shirt. I'm just going to wear it as an overshirt, if that makes sense. So I didn't want it to be too oversized, and it really isn't. It is just a little bit tight just in the tops of the shoulders here and across the back. But as I say, I'm hoping that when I've lost a little bit more weight it will be fine. So it's beautiful. I'm really pleased with it. I have French seamed everything, so the seams inside are all French seamed, and also the sleeves are French seamed as well, so everything's nice and neat inside, so I'm really pleased with that. I didn't end up doing a burrito yoke, but I French seamed it at the top there, and it's got, you know, all the seams are enclosed, so it just looks just as pretty on the inside as it does on the outside. So so yeah, so that's that. I haven't had a chance to do any more on it today. I might get the opportunity to do a bit more on it tonight, but I'm going to make a wanted tee instead. So I've decided to just leave that for now because I don't feel brave enough to tackle the buttonholes tonight. And I'm going to make a wanted tee. It's a pattern by Vanessa Pouze, I think she's called. And I've just printed that pattern out, and I'm just coming up now to look. I'm just going to do it in plain black. Although I might do it in... I've got some black and white fabric there. Can you see? There we go. Black and white jersey fabric just there. I might have a go in that, but I might do it in black first before I start trying to match stripes on that top and see how it sews up. So I'm going to show you the bits and pieces that we've done in the sewing room, the extra bits that I've got and how I've tidied it. Right, so we've got a couple of extra, well, there's one shelf which is just there. One's been put up already. And yeah, I bought these little sort of magazine rack things today. These were 2 for £4 from IKEA. I think they're called Tenger. And the plan is that I'm going to put some little labels on about which pattern companies' patterns are in there, so that it's easy for me to obviously go straight to the ones I want. They're my Vogue designer patterns there. Those are all, I think they're all Tilly and the Buttons and Closet Case patterns. But eventually the plan is to just get more of those, so all these can be stored in those, and it'll just look a lot neater. The other white shelf is going to go up there. I mean, obviously these were the original shelves that went in here, and they don't really go, but you know, it's fine. It's really fine. I've got all my McCall's patterns at the top there, and they're the rest of my PDFs that have been printed off. I got another pegboard as well, so hubby has put those side by side for me, so that's really cool. I got another one of those shelves, so I've put all those together, and they've just got my sort of main threads that I use nearly every day, and pins and a few little vlogging bits just up there as well. I've put tape measures just at the bottom there. Yeah, I've got another 3 of these pots here, and I've put all of my marking pens in the middle one. These are other bits and pieces, and some more bits and pieces there. I've stuck my little labels there, and what else have I got? I bought these little clear tubs as well. I've seen these loads of times, and I haven't got them before because I weren't really sure what I was going to use them for, but I have decided to use them for my needles, my sewing machine needles. So in this one I've put universal ones and jersey. In there I've got some more labels, including my own clothing labels, and then I've got my specialist needles in there, and my I can't even remember what these are called. These things, little clips, wonder clips, that's what they're called. Yeah, so I've put all those in there as well. So yeah, I'm really sort of pleased with how that is looking. As I say, I know the colour doesn't go, but what can you do? I could always paint them, I guess, but you know, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I'm really pleased with how that looks. I've just got the rest of the room to tidy up, and yeah, we're going away on Thursday. We're going up to the Yorkshire Dales for a couple of days, just till Saturday. We're leaving Isaac on his own for the first time ever. He's 17 in a couple of weeks, so I'm a little bit nervous about it, but that's why we decided we wouldn't go too far, because the Yorkshire Dales is only about an hour from us. So we thought if we don't go too far for the first time, at least if there's any major catastrophe, we're only sort of an hour from home. And he's got my dad that's just a mile up the road anyway, although my dad doesn't have transport. He can get on the bus if he needs to, or Isaac can go to his. So, so yeah, so it's going to be a bit nerve-wracking, but hopefully things will be okay. Right, I am going to sign off now because I think I've probably talked a lot, and I think this vlog is going to be quite a long one, and I want to get my wanted tea cut out, so you'll probably have to wait till next week to see that. But I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog, and I will see you all next week. Take care, bye!